So, speaking of challenging marketing incumbents, I like to think of blockchain as a foundational or a general purpose technology. Think of the steam engine, right? It's a technology that enables other industries. The internet is a foundational technology. It's a new technology that enables innovation and productivity across other industries through the use of applications. Blockchain is just like that. It's a foundation on which other economic systems will be operated. It's also a disruptive technology, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But think about the internet and how the blockchain compares to the internet. First, adopted by private adoption, and then public adoption, created through an open shared public network. It cut the cost of communication and connection. We like to say that the internet digitized information, blockchain will digitize products. And it really enabled billions to communicate over the internet and trade information. Blockchain is very similar to that. It's doing the same thing and following the same path, just with the digitization of products rather than the digitization of information. Eventually, blockchain will become ubiquitous in our lives. 10% of GDP by 2027, but even more than that, I think we'll find it as being the foundational layer to all sorts of applications. Some of the big players have built big applications on top of the internet. Think of Google, Amazon, and Facebook on top of the internet. Blockchain could go the same way with distributed apps, dApps that we talked about in our last session, built on top of Ethereum or blockchain system similar to Ethereum will allow blockchain to become ubiquitous just like the internet. I think that's going to happen. It took the internet 30 years. I think it's going to take blockchain a lot less. Secondly, as I said, it's foundational, but it's also disruptive. Disruptive in the sense that it displaces industries. It disintermediates. Now, disintermediation is an interesting thing. When we use that word, it not only means that we're disrupting a whole industry and making them disappear. Think of Netflix and Blockbuster, but also supplementing existing industries and causing them to become way more efficient in what they're doing as they embrace these new technologies. Here is a really good example. Private blockchains that industries are adopting. Maersk Shipping, one of the largest shipping companies in the world. I think they saw the example of the internet, did not want to be Blockbuster and go away, and they've embraced blockchain. They're using it themselves to lower costs through supply chain and shipping industry. Good example of an established company saying that they can't beat them, they're going to have to join them. Australia Stock Exchange, same example, dominant monopoly-like player, understanding that stock will eventually be traded over the blockchain in a decentralized fashion. Rather than fighting it, they're embracing it. The Australia Stock Exchange is using blockchain. So why is it that blockchain is so powerful in reducing costs? Remember, I said it was two things. Number one was reducing the cost of verification. So according to that McKinsey study and a Deloitte study, 70% of the value of blockchain to industry is cost reduction. And cost reduction, what we mean by that is that with blockchain, we eliminate the need for a central intermediary or trusted authority. That costs a lot of money. When we eliminate that need, we eliminate a lot of that cost. Hence the cost reduction of verification. It reduces the cost of audit because everything is transparent and ubiquitous on the system. We reduce the risk around leakage and privacy. And like I said, currently we have a lot of industries where the cost of verification is greater than the benefit, so we never see those industries arise. But with blockchain, we're going to start to see that because cost of verification is less than the benefit to the product or the service. Those product or services can make it into the marketplace.